But nothing like having my bitrate jump to 1 billion right before I move over to talking. Hi, how we doing? Hello. Hello, gamers. How we doing today? Desmond, congrats on getting first. Hello. And medic, hydrate. I will hydrate. I will have hydrated. Never seen so many ads and one ad break that Lil would not care one would about. I mean, it's a safe bet that if it's an advertisement, I do not care. Like 90% of advertisements, I do not care. And Bear, thank you for the offering, and Blippi, thank you for the offering, and Medic, thank you for the offering. Blippi, I hope you're having fun with your friends. Well. They return. It me. I am only an hour and 14 minutes late. Hello. How are we doing today? I am so tired. I well and truly fucked up my sleep schedule, like, over the last couple of days by consistently going to bed at, like, 1 a.m. and then having to get up at 7. So my vibes are trash at this exact moment. But I am here. I am committed to existing at least once a week. And it's been 2 weeks since my last stream, so we're off to a bad start. How are we doing? It's the sun's fault for causing time zones. I know, right? How dare the sun exist? I went to bed at 8 yesterday. See, I did. I did go sleepy. And then I slept until, like, 10 o'clock. So I was the super sleepy. And now nothing is real. And shit is fucked. It's the opposite problem. I overcorrected. Where it's like you get no sleep, and then you're like, it's fine. I will simply make up for sleep debt that is a real thing that definitely exists. And then I did that, and my body was like, motherfucker. You think we're gonna let you get away with this? It's that window of too little or too much, you fucked regardless. Exactly. No matter, there's no getting out of it. There's no good way to do it. I was simply going to be fucked. Why is my scarf is fucked up? Hang on. There we go. I was trying to figure out, like, there's something wrong with my model, and I can't figure out what it is. It's the scarf. The scarf on that side flops over if I lose tracking and come back. Because it's the physics. You see, it's the physics that caused the scarf to be befuckened. Scuffant. I'm hoping to be scuffant. I'm hoping that I did some more work on the YouTube side, so the latency should be low. We should actually have a stream thumbnail this time, so it will actually, like, I'm hoping that it will appeal to people on the YouTube end. I don't know what the meta is for YouTube, so I did, like, the smug pose, but if that doesn't get views, then I will try the Mr. Beast, like, face taking up 90% of the thumbnail next time. What was I just thinking? I was gonna say something right before that, and now it's gone. I forgot. Yeah, how are we doing today? I'm gonna do a sippy. I spent some time earlier this week, finally learning how to, like, dial in my my espresso machine, because I was just doing the default that the espresso machine said to do, and it sure works. But every time I was like, oh man, I can tell this is not as good as it should be. So I got myself a tiny scale to weigh how many beans are going in, and it's got a little timer so I can time how long it takes to actually brew. And now it took me like 3 hours of grinding beans and making espresso and sipping it and going and then changing the grind. But I've got it, and it works now, and it tastes really good, and I'm drinking it so I can be awake. Oh. Excited because I got my AO3 account. I'm uploading my 1-1 fanfic. Ah, yes, that's how it starts. It starts with 1. And then, before you know it, it is like 20. It won't ever be 1? Keep telling yourself that. I'm sure you will do it differently than every other person who has ever written a fanfiction. Found that trap, yeah. I think YouTube text isn't showing up again. Did you post a thing? Last thing that I see in the live chat is me saying yippee. It should be down at the bottom. It's down there on the bottom. Yeah, there it is. Oh boy, will I? Yeah. I haven't written in a while, but I've certainly got more than one, yeah. Flashback to before VTubing, being like, oh yeah, let's just write a short little fanfic. It'll be like a couple of chapters, and then it taking up 3 years. Hydrate. I will hydrate. As your third message? That's weird. That's the first one that I see in the YouTube studio too. So I don't know what's going on there. Here. Three years and 3 fics later, exactly. Yeah, that's so weird. I don't know why it's only starting on that one. Maybe there's some weird connection thing. I don't know how YouTube works. I really don't. Because I'm not really a fan art fanfic maker, so maybe this will be the gateway drug for people who want to read my original stuff. Yeah, exactly. That's how you gotta do it. You start off, so you make the original thing, and then you make the fan fiction to get people to pay attention, and then you do a funky little crossover. Christopher in chat, thank you. You do a funky little crossover, and then before you know it, profit. These are your OCs in their art world. Yeah, exactly. You get into who the fuck is out there using a lawnmower in the middle of the forest? I don't know why I tried to look out my window to see what's going on. I can't see shit out there. It's all trees. I heard like a like very specifically like oh, you know what? It might be a weed whacker actually. No, it sounds like a lawnmower. What the hell? Anyway, they've been mowing their lawn. Yeah, mowing their lawn on the side of this hill that we all live on. Hey, how's it going? Same guy trimming the verge that blocked the drive. No. Well, actually, they might be trimming the thing. Anyway, I got distracted. That just like cut through my entire train of thought because I haven't heard a lawnmower in so long. And in the woods I had to mow an acre of grass. Oh, that's a lot of grass. I do not mow. I have like I call them weed whackers. Is there like an actual word for them? Weed whacker. A trimmer. String trimmer is apparently what they're called. The trees need low grass. Weed eaters, yeah. Yeah, I guess people do call them weed eaters, but basically because it's all like hills and rocks and trees out here, you can't really have like a lawn. So what I do is I have the weed whacker, and I just like walk out there and level it, and then it's good until the grass grows back up. But we did have to pull out a bunch of stuff like stinging nettle that was growing up, and okay, I'm gonna go into boonies mode for a minute. Then make the joke that the grass is as tall as you are. Oh, just Desmond disappearing into the fields of grass. Little ears poking out over the top. So might be years to get on and actually start publishing my stuff. I don't know if it's good. Send it to me. I'll read it. Raven, hello. Thank you for the offering. But yeah, so just to go into boonies mode for a minute. So out here we have blackberry bushes or blackberry vines. You're running through the grass as tall as me with scissors. Yeah. Like the big like two-handed scissors, like eh. Okay, Booner. Damn. Wah. Blackberry tasty. Blackberry very tasty, but also blackberry not native to this part. You care about snake territory? We don't have like dangerous snakes. We have garter snakes. They're little guys. I saw a garter snake one time, and it was like, hello, and then it went into the forest. Oh, thank you for the offering. Go back to your stream. But yeah, so blackberries are an invasive species out here. So blackberry bushes, and we have water moccasins. Oh, danger. Yeah, we don't have that. Do we have any poisonous or venomous snakes out here? Hang on. Venomous snake. Okay, we have western rattlesnakes, but that's a different part of the state, so we're fine. Y'all out where you are? Oh. Well, you live in a PvP zone, Raven. Blackberries also around the roadside, which means you can't pick those. Yeah, so they're an invasive species. They are everywhere, and they grow so fast. Steve! Hello! Mwah. So they grow everywhere, which is... It's not like the best, but like they get choked out by the they will, if it's clear, they'll choke out the wildlife. But if it's like normal forest behavior, then the forest will keep the blackberries in check. But because a couple of years ago I had to cut down some trees, the blackberries started growing in and encroaching. So I had to get someone to like just go scorched earth on the blackberries. So they've been pushed back. But they are such a pain because what happens is they grow in and the ground here is really loose. It's all like, it's mostly rocks. It's rocks and like a little bit of dirt to hold it together. So what's really holding the soil here together is roots. So when you get rid of the blackberries, the ground just dissolves. It all gets washed away. So had to be very careful with how the blackberries were removed because it's like, okay, we need to make sure that other things can grow here so that I still have ground. Otherwise, it's going to be like, you know, like in cartoons when it's like you've got like the house and then just like a pillar of dirt that's standing on, and then everything else is just gone. That's what it would be like here. Makes sense, yeah. So I have to be very careful. This is going to be like a multi-year process because you can't. Basically, apparently, I didn't know this. I had to be taught this. Apparently, you can train plants for where they grow. I didn't know this is a thing, but apparently, if you do like a multi-year process of just like preventing a plant from growing in one spot, it will stop growing there, but the roots will stay there. So it's like you, instead of like pulling out the plant by the roots, what you do is you like for the blackberries, you cut down any new growth so that they don't come out above the surface, and then the blackberry roots will stay there, but they won't grow out of the ground. Instead, they'll like grow in a different spot. Miniature bonsai? Kind of. It is kind of like bonsai. Makes sense to be like someone training fish to prevent internet. Oh, evil. Evil fucked up. So yeah, I have to do a multi-year process of training the blackberries and all the other stuff here to basically leave the area around my house alone and let me live, and then they can grow elsewhere. They can grow like outside of the aura, the designated plot that I am claiming. But yeah, I didn't know that you could train plants that way. Plants are really neat. Plants are pretty neat. I think plants are neat. Speaking of which, since we're getting into when you imagine little BlackBerry phones growing in the ground. Oh, if only. If only I would never need a phone again. Remember when BlackBerry phone was like the new hotness, like they were going to take over the world. They were going to destroy like Nokia and all that stuff because they were being advertised like fuck. And then Apple was like, "Hey, what if we make something that appeals to all these nerds, but more?" It's so funny. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and hop into my VC because I am kind of at the end of my my Yapitude. So let me go ahead and just hop in here. And then if people want to join, they can. If you can see me in a VC, feel free to join. If you can't see me, but you can see the stream hangout zone in the waiting room, hop in there, I'll drag you in. If you can't see either of those, then Cope Seed Mauled. But if you think you should be able to see it, then let me know. Yeah, so currently on a plant. Plants. I've decided that next year I want to start growing things that I can eat. I want to start growing some fruits, some vegetables, some herbs. The main thing is that we have so many creatures here that eat things. We've got deer, we've got squirrels, we've got rabbits, we got benuis, we got slugs. So I have to figure out how to protect my plantage from nature. And it's gonna be interesting. But I know it's possible because I have neighbors who do it. So I'm gonna figure out a way to do it that doesn't involve like building a whole ass greenhouse because I don't want to do that much work. But I do veg for little, not wildlife. Exactly, is for me. So what are the things I want to grow? I know tomatoes grow out here, so I'm gonna try tomatoes. I think zucchini will grow out here. The things, it has to be things that don't require a lot of sunlight, because we don't get a lot of sun out here. So I know tomatoes work, I know zucchini works, and I know that a lot of herbs will grow out here. Blueberries grow in the dark forest. Yeah, it's true, I could try growing blueberries. That's a thought. That'd be fun, because I do want blueberries. Let me see, can I grow blueberries out here? How to grow blueberry. Oh, it's talking about acidity. Oh no. They grant stamina bonus if I remember correct. You're right. You're right. Okay, it looks like you can do... Okay, that's backyard berries. Could probably do blueberries. That'd be a project for next year for sure. I'm gonna get distracted reading through this. So yeah, that I might do blueberries. Lettuce and kale don't need much sun. True. The thing is, I don't eat much lettuce or kale. I am what is known as unhealthy, and have to force myself to eat anything that is green and leafy. I am the kind of person who buys a bunch of spinach and watches it rot in my refrigerator instead of eating it. That and beets, collard beans, and bok choy. Bok choy I could do. Do you any arugula? I do like arugula. I like arugula on a sandwich. Actually, there's two ways that I do arugula. So one is I have a signature sandwich. Who keeps putting donuts in the donation box? I actually don't eat donuts very much. I am I'm not really a pastry person. I like baking, I just don't like eating it. Like some greenery with your seafood boil. Good fuck, give me crab. Yeah, exactly. Try arugula as for herbs. Yeah. So the two things I like to do with arugula. One is I have a signature sandwich, which is focaccia bread, bacon, prosciutto, tomato, arugula, brie cheese. So I do that, and then the other thing that I like to do with arugula is I like to like take a fuck ton of arugula and put it in a cast iron skillet, and then put chicken breasts on top. Not chicken breasts, chicken thighs, and then throw that in the oven. And the arugula will like shrink down and condense, and then I'll have that as my side. Chives, dill, and cilantro could work. Mint and parsley. I do like chives. I like dill, and I like mint. Cilantro. I'm not. Here's the weird thing. I know some people have like the gene that makes cilantro taste like soap. I don't have that, but I just do not taste cilantro. Never heard of making a trivet out of arugula. Yeah, exactly. I make an arugula bowl. But yeah, I don't taste cilantro. It doesn't taste like anything to me. Same with parsley. Like basically anything where people are like, just put a little bit of this on top for color, I can't taste it. So cilantro, yeah. Whoa! Jojo, thank you for the resub. I really appreciate it. How you doing? I haven't booped. Wah. We're talking about herbs. Hey, herbs. Herb is a word where it's like, or herb. I physically cannot say it because the way that I say it is like the I always think of the which is the comedian. It's like you say it herb and we say it herb because there's a fucking H in it. She herbs, that's the one. She herbs. When are they coming out with they them they therbs? That's not a good joke. Let's get rid of that one. Undo. Whoa. Medic, thank you for the high 500 biddies. I really appreciate it. We need some non-binary herbs. That's the one. Non-herbinary. Chat, we're just gonna pretend that I'm not trying to make this a joke. We're just gonna pretend that this bit didn't exist. Oh geez. For fruits, raspberries, blackberries, figs, cherries, rhubarb, kiwi, pears, strawberries, plums, mulberries, elderberries, and lingonberries. I see. I'm probably gonna do mostly berries. I think we got enough blackberries. We don't need any more blackberries. I think blueberries would be fun. Actually, a cherry tree would be fun. I do have like one spot that gets sun, so I could plant a tree. I think a cherry tree would be fun. Ow. Jojo, thank you for the 500 biddies. I appreciate it. My dream is to get to the place where the only thing I need to like go out and buy from the grocery store is meat. Thank you, Ravi. I will straighten up. But yeah, my dream is to get to where I only need to. Hi, Cosma. The only thing I need to like buy in the grocery store is meat, and eventually like find some. Really healing from last night's football game. I do not football. I'm sorry, but I hope that your team does better next time. Muscatine grapes, maybe. Oh, muscat grapes. I could. Well, maybe. Mayhapsel. You mean I'm eating cheese-filled hot dogs? Oh. I'm being mature. I'm not making the joke. I'm being a mature boy. No matter how hard it may be. Sandberries. God, we used to have sandberries growing out here. Thank you, Medic. I feel better now. Thank you for the biddy. We used to have... Mature. Thank you, Medic. Thank you. I'm being bapped to be good. That's for going to college. Oh, you were playing. Oh, congratulations. Ow. Look me in the eyes and say a joke. I hope that you enjoy your meat filled with substance. What was I thinking as I was saying? See, thank you for the offering. I got pelted by pennies, and now I have for Jor. Right, salmonberries. We used to have salmonberries that grew around here because salmonberries are native, but they got choked out by the blackberries. So maybe I can try and reintroduce those. I'll have to see. I do know there's because by my house there's a stream that's been overgrown, and I want to get that cleared out. And apparently the way that the best way to do that is to basically hire help. It doesn't stop. Ow. Thank you, Medic, for the 99 biddies. Ow, my brains. Fun fact, the cash places near me are telling us to keep our pennies. They can't get any more because they're being moved. Yes, they are, they're no longer producing pennies. I've seen this. The number of pennies that are in circulation now is the number we will have going forward. Which, you know what? Good. Fuck them. We don't need pennies anymore. You can't buy anything for a penny. You can't spend pennies anywhere. We don't need them anymore. Either the choices were remove the penny or decrease the price of things, and they chose to remove the penny, so fuck it. A penny goblin? Well, then you should gather all of the pennies. Chat, give all your pennies to Cosma. I will hydrate. Thank you, Shadow. But how will I pay the 9/10 of a penny on gas? You don't, because they automatically round that up. The reason why it's 9/10 of a penny on gas is specifically so that they can round up for more profit. Like, that's literally the only reason. Thievery, yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll try and reintroduce salmonberries to my part of the forest, because I do miss them. So can you only say can I have a penny for your thoughts? No, you have to say penny, or you have to say like a nickel for 5 of your thoughts. Actually, with inflation, it's gonna be like a quarter. Quarter for your thoughts is the going rate now. I was gonna make a joke, and I forgot. Think burnt one of these hot dogs. No! That's the worst. Burning things sucks. Chat, I'm gonna be real. Ow, 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 ow. Medic, thank you for the 399 biddies. I appreciate it. But yeah, I like to say I can cook, but I do have a bad habit of burning vegetables, which is probably why I don't eat them very much. I don't know what it is. Like meat I can cook just fine, cause like I have a system for meat to cook basically anything. But vegetables, I cannot figure out for the life of me. I don't know how to cook a vegetable. I'm enjoying veggies because I can now. My life has changed. Nice. I'm not resting much. Monday I go back into lifting. Just canceling my dead lift up. Well, make sure that you've recovered from your sports bowling. You don't want to cause more damage to your body by going straight into lifting from that. What does assistant for meat mean? So basically, it is, for like 90% of meat things, they are broken down into cook fast or cook slow. If it's cook fast, you can do it on a in a pan. If it's cooked slow, then you put it in the oven. Look, can you do my data structure's homework for me? Fuck no! I don't know what a data structure is. What do you think I am? Someone with like a job in computer programming? Impossible. You don't want to cause more damage to your body by going straight, full stop. You right. That's what they call me, a system for meat. Hey, me too. You can structure that data. No, let the data be free. Free range data. You want the data, go find it. I left it there, in that place. Yeah, so tired of SLL node. Oh. I don't know what SLL node is. What is that? Is that a... What is Slinode? Singly linked list. Oh. Oh, I'm so sorry. Java, I'm so sorry. I hope you recover. It's so funny. When I was in college, like, when I was actually, like, getting my degree and everything, they were really pushing, like, you need to learn C, because everyone uses C, and you need to learn Java, because Java is the programming language of the future. So you need to learn C for everything that exists now, and Java for everything that will come out later. And then, right when I graduated, was when everyone moved over to scripting languages. So it's like, I know how to do C, C#, C++, I know how to do Java, and every job in the world wants Python. And I'm like, cool. Thanks. The only class I hate, meanwhile I have Unity 2D where I'm making an RPG game. Nice. Drives used on billions of devices, don't you know? SIM cards. It's used on SIM cards. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, cool. I had to Python, C# Radon. They are, like, C# is still like used a lot in basically in companies that work with Microsoft. But Python, I had to learn how to do Python, and then I had to learn how to do PHP because the company that I'm currently working with does everything in a variation of PHP. So cool. So cool, so fresh. So not regretting this field because coding is fun. Nice. If I was a Microsoft shop, I'm doing full stack .NET Dev. I hope you recover. But that's job security. Like, we're at the point where so many people have learned scripting that things like C#, C++, like the whole .NET system, like, those are in short supply, and because companies move slowly, so many people need it. So as long as you're not in a field that is trying to replace programmers with AI, then you're good. And if you are in a field that's trying to do that, give it a year for them to break everything. PhD in PHP, not quite a PhD. It's, I learned enough to do the job they hired me to do. And then the job changed. And I'm like, well, I still know how to do this. And they're like, cool. Yippee. But yeah, trying to be like a programmer in tech right now is tough. Having a computer science role in a place that is not software, incredible. Wonderful. Love it. Being in a like programming position in tech right now, in like computer tech, awful, horrible, hate it, nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. I would love to go into detail of what my current position is, but unfortunately, it's probably a bad idea. I think it might get me like assassinated by not government drones, by corporate drones. They're gonna call in the Pinkerton Primes. Anyway, I love when I have the thought of like a new topic and then I think of something on the old topic and it just resets my brain and then I have to work my way backwards. Isn't that great? Oh yeah, speaking of Pinkertons, Magic the Gathering. So Magic the Gathering is going through a time, am I right? Fellow nerds who definitely know what I'm talking about. For those who don't know, they're doing the they're just about done with the previews for the Magic the Gathering Avatar The Last Airbender set. Yes, card, shiny box. Yeah, exactly, you got it. So they're doing the previews for the Avatar The Last Airbender set, and Avatar is definitely a series that I have watched at one point. I'm hip with the things that people talk about. Sorry, I play Hearthstone. I understand. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's nerfect. But yeah, so the weird thing is, here's the thing. There are some cards in the Avatar set that are incredible, and I think they're really neat. And there are some cards that I look at them and I'm like, okay. I like Worlds Beyond in concept, but I feel like they're banning their own IP at this point. Yeah, that's the big complaint that people have, especially with like this last year, where it's like, here's a bunch of new planes or like new settings that we're going to be in for one set, and then we leave. But anyway, here's 5,000 Spider-Men. Let's play League, so I'm far from perfect. Oh, I'm so sorry. I like Secret Tunnel Land. Secret Tunnel Land is very funny. Seeing this land is unblockable on this land is unblockable is just a super funny piece of text. But yeah, I have a theory that is completely unsubstantiated. You know what you could play? You. I have a theory that's completely unsubstantiated. I think that Ratshaker... the problem is, Ratshaker looks really fun, but I've watched people play the entire thing, so I don't think it'll have the same effect. I try really hard not to play... Like the thing is with, like, spooky games is that they're only really effective if you don't know what's happening. And Ratshaker was such a funny concept, I watched people play it. So I can't you won't get the correct experience if you watch me play it. Block Wall on Land needs to be Earthbent is funny, yeah. Megamonk would be fun. Here, do I have Megamonk? Did I buy it? I don't remember if I bought it on a thing. I did buy it, I just haven't installed it yet. I could play Megamonk. Oh, no, I'm not human. I could play, Papers, Please, but spooky. You should do horror streams by exploring itch.io's horror section and playing 2 or 3 games blind. That would work. That's a good way to do it. I do think that indie is the way to go with horror right now. I can't even think of the last AAA horror game that came out. Alien Isolation was like 2012. I think it's the last, like, mainstream horror game that I played that was actually good. I'm gonna make an indie game called Job Application that's just a game. Oh! Nightmare. AAA doesn't tend to do good horror. No, because everything has to be an action game. The place that we're in right now is it's weird. Gaming, like, games now are in the place that like movies were in 10 years ago, where everything is action and nothing is good. Actually, I won't say nothing is good. I'm so out of like games recently. Like, I've had people ask me, like, are there any games you're interested in coming out? Or what's your opinion on games, like the games that are like coming out now? And I'm like, I don't know what has been released since 2020. I don't know what's been released since 2018, really. AAA is all about photorealism and throwing money at problems. Yeah. Like, what are the last things that I saw that were like, had a bunch of money put behind them and people were really excited for? That aren't a remake, because I looked at my Steam list to try and think of something, and the Dawn of War remake popped up, and I was like, okay, I need to clarify, not a remake. Games that aren't a remake that are like super popular right now. Hate the push to photorealism. Give me stylized, tune, shade, mood all day. Yeah, well, because those games, like the visuals for those last for so much longer. Like, if you're trying to make something look realistic, then the moment graphics improve, then your game looks bad. But if you're doing some kind of stylization, then it will last forever. Like, the games that are stylized, like, if you look back at, like, games on the N64 or on the PlayStation 1, like, the games that were trying to be realistic from that time, horrible. Horrible to look at. But the games that are stylized from that time, incredible. Timeless. Amnesia Dark Descent had a style and nailed it. Well, yes, absolutely. Amnesia's style was make things that look good when you can't see them. And then they built a game around not seeing anything. Which, you know what? Based. Good for them. Mm-hmm. Like, I think we all will make jokes about, like, how the servants look in Amnesia. But when all you can see is, like eyes and a mouth in the darkness, terrifying. Nightmare. 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 Can't do horror. I'm a bitch frog. Understandable. I am also a bitch. But I keep getting dragged back in by horror games. It keeps happening. Every time I think I'm out, they drag me back in. But we are like getting a lot of good, like, hello, I'm back. We are getting good, indie horror. Honestly, indie games are in like the best place they've been in for a long time. Probably because like AAA games are spending $5 billion to be canceled before anyone can play them. Been a while since a horror game has scared me. You do build up a resistance to it. Like, I think that was a thing that like the old guard of YouTube would say. Like I remember, what was it? Was it PewDiePie who did a video or like an update video like in the early 2000s saying like, yeah guys, I think I'm done with horror. Nothing is scary anymore. Like I'm too jaded against it. But indie games are in like the best place they've been in for a long time. I'm hoping that we're gonna get some more good stuff. Hey, me, how you doing? What was I just thinking? Oh yeah, I hope the trend of people using AI generated stuff as a quote unquote placeholder ends. And I hope that people figure out the start to understand the difference between like something being generated by a large language model and like computer programming. Good working on comms. Nice. Hope the trend of lawsuits towards AI companies increases. Yes, absolutely. I mean, I know a bunch of anime studios are putting out a cease and desist towards OpenAI to stop using their style. Like, what is it? It's like I don't think Ghibli's part of it, at least not publicly. But like KyoAni and Gainax and another one that I forget. Like they're all putting out cease and desists. There's recently a thing with I think it was George R.R. Martin. Was it George R.R. Martin? It was some big author won a like got the go ahead to fucking what was the word? To file a lawsuit against AI that was writing things in their style or writing things that were like using their IP. Using AI as a placeholder has led to layoffs of storyboard artists. Yes, exactly. I'll gotta go pick up my car. Okay, Ravi, drive safe. But yeah, I think it's good that we're getting a bunch of these lawsuits going forward. I wish ill on AI companies. I do. And the thing is, like, I like technology. I am not I'm not anti-technology, as proven by the fact that I have a full 3D model and the such, but I believe that we should understand how technology works before we use it and before we adopt it. And having done some research, we do not know how AI works. Or rather, the people who are pushing AI do not know how AI works. Yeah, it's starting to bubble. It's not going away, but I feel it's growing too fast and companies are going to hopefully lose money. Oh, absolutely. We are absolutely going to see a collapse in the next, like, I'm going to say in the next 3 years of companies like Nvidia, AMD that are like moving the same money around. Is that BS Video Coca-Cola account trying to justify the use of AI? Oh, the quote unquote sequel to their ad from last year, where they put out a statement saying like, we made this to prove to the haters that we'll continue making art. And something like, brethren in Christ, your ad is 60 seconds and has like 52 cuts. What are you doing? You're saying 100 billion around, claiming they're all growing. Oh yeah. So like the whole bubble around like Nvidia and OpenAI, that is going to collapse for sure. There's no way that survives. I think AI art generation, how it works is cool. It's cool that we can make it work. AI is being used. One good use of AI was using it to help doctors find connections between meds, various illnesses that might have been missed. Okay, so the technology is cool. The fact that all AI is trained on stolen material, bad. I think we can all agree on that. The fact, like, intellectually, it is a cool concept, but the way that it has been implemented is bad. The thing with saying that AI helps people find connections they might have missed is misleading, because AI is not discovering things that we have not discovered. There is no way for AI to find a thing that no one has seen before, because all AI is based on patterns. It is based on existing patterns. And this goes for like AI that generates text, that generates images, that does anything. It is all existing patterns. There's at no point that an AI is making something new. So saying that that AI found a connection that other people missed is incorrect. What AI will do, what these things do, is a lot of what is called AI is an algorithm. And what's doing is it's running calculations faster than a human could by hand. Regardless of the whiplash of Alan Tudyk saying can you creates. Yeah. So whenever you see something saying like AI found a thing that a bunch of scientists missed, it didn't. What happened is scientists used an algorithm to run through billions and billions of permutations of something until they found one that matched the criteria they're looking for. Danny, thank you for the head pat. So this is really important to remember whenever you see someone saying that AI did a good thing. 9 times out of 10, it wasn't AI the way that that large language models or image generation want you to believe. It was an algorithm running at incredibly high speed and basically iterating through multiple calculations. With the video of behind the scenes and so BS is a shot where they use the lasso tool on the Polo logo and just drag onto a truck to like see this human touch on this. That's not how video editing works. Yeah. It's also why like this is where I get like okay. You know how, for those of you who have an attention span long enough, y'all remember like just a couple years ago when everything had the word blockchain attached to it? Or like non-fungible attached to it? Where it was like, I'm trying to think of examples, but basically like people pushing NFTs were slapping the blockchain label onto things that had nothing to do with like a blockchain, or like non-fungible as a term on a bunch of stuff. So it's like you're like having a physical object that is non-fungible. It just means it can't be copied. If you have a physical object, like, hang on, I have a better physical object. If you have this, if you have a grown tube, this is non-fungible. You will never have another copy of this exact thing, but that doesn't mean it's an NFT, and it doesn't mean it used the blockchain. Or if you have like there's one, I forget exactly what it was, but it was saying like, we store all of our information in a chain on these computers, or like in a in a chain on these computers, and it's literally just a list. They literally just put it in a database list where each one is connected by the fact that they're in a list, and it's like, motherfucker, that's not it. But it's people trying to sell you something. You have to remember, people are trying to sell you things. We live in a society. As soon as Procreate in a video, when the Apple Pen is clearly not connected, and Procreate has been very openly anti-AI. But yeah, it's important to remember whenever you see anything now that someone is trying to sell you something. And 9 times out of 10, they're doing it by just misusing words. They're just saying things wrong. Anyway, y'all ready to see some ads in a minute that will try to sell you something? Sorry, I'm really bad at being capitalist. Like, if I use my powers for evil to convince people to buy things, I can make at least $3. But I'm bad at it. I am very good at yelling though. So yeah, I have seen some things, and this is where I get like wobbly on AI, which is things like just recently with Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders hired voice actors and paid them to record lines, and then trained a paid them to record lines for an AI to be able to recreate those voices. Finals did that too, their other game. I thought it was the same company. I knew it. Yeah, so they hire voice actors, good, like 1 point to them, to train AI so that they could reuse those voices without calling the voice actors back and be able to do like quick updates. I believe what they said was it's so that if they add in like another item, they don't need to call the voice actors back to record a new voice line for that item to like call out that this item exists. And that's where that is the place where I'm still trying to figure out what my stance is. Because on the one hand, if they are, it is a case where I can see the argument in both directions and I can agree in both directions. Because it's like, on the one hand, you really should hire back the voice actor that you hired to do the voice line. Like, if this was 5 years ago, you would have no choice but to rehire that voice actor. On the other hand, they're being open about what they're doing, and they're not doing it in a malicious way. They're not doing it in a way to try and, like, steal anything. It's a cost-saving maneuver. And I'm like, I get it. I do. And I don't know how I feel about it. As far as I know, they give people the option to opt out. See, the problem with opting out is they've already done it. It's like, if you go to a store, how am I going to phrase this? It's like, they already have your money. You've already paid for the product. Opting out of the AI lines is like playing it on mute. And playing on mute does not change the fact that they've already got your money. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know how to feel. It's weird. I don't know. Opting out, the voice actors consenting to the training. Ah. Wait, what? Huh? So, like... Wait. I'm not understanding. Do you mean, like... individual players can opt out of using the voice lines? VAs don't have to give their voice to be trained on. Yes. Voice actors do not necessarily have to consent to having their voice trained. What I mean is, like, the company hired specific voice actors to train their AI. So that part is already done. If you buy the game, there's no way that money will not be used to continue training the AI. Regardless of whether you turn off the voice lines or not. So that's where it gets weird for me. Because it's like... I don't know how to put this. Like, I'm trying to think of an analogy. And this is such a weird niche scenario that I don't know if there is an analogy for what's happening. It's like if you want to buy... Actually, you know what? There's an example in the Magic the Gathering space. There is a card. Let me find the card. Trouble in Pairs? I think it's Trouble in Pairs. Yeah. Let me put this on the screen for a second. Oh, of course, it's behind my microphone. Hang on. There we go. So if I grab this, browser capture, and put this in. There we go. So Trouble in Pairs. This is a card. Don't worry about the effects. This card uses traced art. Basically, like, both of these figures are traced from like sci-fi book covers or fantasy book covers. If I, as a player of Magic the Gathering, want to use this card's effect, then I, like, if I have spent money on this card, then I am supporting the artist, whether I agree with it or not. If I then, like, if I buy the card, but I take a Sharpie and scribble out the art, the money is already in their hands. That's the situation with, like, with Arc Raiders in the finals. Whether I engage with the part I don't agree with or not, if I spend the money on it, if you spend the money on it, then you implicitly approve of it, whether you actually do or not. It's the whole vote. It's voting with your wallet is the thing. So all that to say, unlikely that I will be playing those games until I figure out how I feel about them and about their usage, because it's. I don't want to say it's bad, because I haven't decided whether it's bad or not. But I don't want to reward breaking the law less. It's uncomfy. Yes, exactly. That's exactly it. Like, I don't agree with it. I agree with it slightly more than I agree with using, like, an AI trained on, I don't know, Jeff Goldblum without his permission. But it's still not, I still don't approve of it. And that makes me uncomfy to be involved with it, especially when it's sold for money. Like, the finals, I think, the finals is on a different part of the scale because it was free to play. And of course, because it's free to play, it's got a bunch of in-game transactions, but at least you had the option to engage with it without giving them money. I don't think Arc Raiders has that option. Do you have to pay for Arc Raiders? Yes, you do. Arc Raiders is currently $40. Receiving a 5-player commander game, the rotation is so slow. Oh god, no. Lippy, I'm so sorry. Yeah, as soon as you get above, like, 4 people or more... Actually, once you get above 4 people, Commander slows down to a crawl, especially if people are really taking their time with it. One person said they'd already done 8-player. Ugh! Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. I did a 6-player game one time, and never again. Medic, I was in the middle of hydrating! I'll hydrate more. But yeah, once you get more than 4 people in a commander game, it slows way down unless people are playing fast. Like, 8-player rotations should be like, I gotta do my 4-hour shift, should be done when my turn comes around. Pretty much. Like, I was in a 5-player game, and I basically was working on, like, making renders for posts between turns. Alright, actors being continually played for finals and Arc Raiders. As far as I know, they're not. Don't quote me on that, because I don't know. But I believe the terms of their contract was they were being paid to provide lines to train the AI. And so they would not be getting paid in the future, they're being paid for that initial burst. You already know? You already know. I will grab AU. Not that one. Ramps, there we are. It's been a while since I did this. Attached to me. Imag. Bippy. Oh, big. Reduce. Reduce slightly less. We're gonna put you here. Blippi, would you like to be visible? Hang on. Hello. We're gonna just slide you onto my shoulder like so. Oh, you're wiggling around a little bit. Hang on. I think I need to connect you to the shoulder. Oh, come down here, you. Close enough. Being paid a monthly cut or subscription type pay, then I'd be on board with it. Yeah. Royalties, use the voice skin, get more money. Yeah, exactly. Like that would be like unconditionally correct. Like if it was a case where voice actors were being paid a commission or like an ongoing payment for the right to their voice, absolutely, 100%. But at that point, it makes more sense to companies to keep the voice actor on a retainer rather than the rights to their voice. So unlikely that we'll get that. Unless voice actors figure out, like... I could see a scenario in the future where voice actors like SAG-AFTRA, like the like voice actors unions, figure out a comparable rate where it's like, if you pay X amount, where X is not as much as keeping the voice actor on retainer, but it's more than nothing, then you can have the right to the voice for this project. But that opens up a lot of... There's a lot of legal stuff that needs to be done for that. SAG failed their workers. Also that. It's gotta be like a good group that will actually protect their workers. But like, I can see voice actors getting royalties or like having a retainer for their voice being used in AI for a specific project. But it would have to be an ongoing thing, and you gotta figure out a way to make it so that those voices don't get used on other projects. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Like, essentially what you need to do is be able to copyright or trademark your voice. And then, like, have people pay for access to your voice. Which I guess wouldn't be the worst, but it feels dystopian. Like, legally it feels correct, but, like, in my brain, or, like, emotionally, it feels dystopian to have to copyright your voice so that you can sell it. That in and of itself is fucked up. Yeah. It's a whole scenario. It's a whole thing. You know what the one big thing with AI that I do want to just like explode, like just destroy it, is I want companies to stop forcing us to engage with it by adding features that we can't turn off, or like adding features that are on by default that use AI. Me making direct eye contact with YouTube, because YouTube has a thing that they rolled out with their shorts which is automatic AI upscaling or AI smoothing. Basically AI making the video content look quote unquote better with their AI without giving people the option to opt out of it. Or I think they added it in later, but like, don't make me engage with it if I don't want to. Let me say no. The AI smoothing is so ugly. Yeah, it feels like the you remember like a couple of years ago when the trend was like anime upscaled to 5K and then like AI enhanced to 144 frames a second and it just turns into a mess. That's what it feels like. Like we still have not gotten past that. It's still bad. Like I have vivid memories of watching, I think it was what was it? There was two. There was the that guy made. Yeah. I forget his name, but like the two that I remember is like AI upscaled. I think it was the final fight in Naruto Shippuden, the one between Naruto and Sasuke, and you just cannot tell what's happening unless the characters are standing still. And the other one was, I want to say it was, fuck, what was it? Was it Roy Mustang versus Lust or Envy? It was one of them. And it was so bad because it's like half of the frames, and specifically about a lot of their fights. It's the last one, like the one at the very end of the series. But I don't care. Understandable. But yeah, it was so bad because 90% of the scene is them not moving. And so there's nothing for them to upscale except that things are weirdly like slippery. I don't know. I don't have another way to phrase it. It was just like the animation felt slippery. It felt like greasy. And then when things moved, it's like your eyes are unfocusing. So you don't know what's happening. Say all you want about the pain fight, at least you can actually tell what's happening. Yeah. Somebody like weird ass sheen on current A art. More like, okay, you know how the whole thing with anime. Because like, here we're gonna get into a little talk on how animation works because animation is not real. Let me explain. When you see something that is animated, especially if something is hand-drawn, what you're seeing is individual frames. You're seeing individual pictures put in front of you very fast, so that your brain fills in the gaps. I'll defend Pain Fight for having good animation, ugly art style. Understandable. I do not do the Naruto, so I think I've only seen like freeze frames, and I'm not going to judge animation on freeze frames. But yeah, when you see animation, what you're seeing is individual frames that are being played quickly, and your brain fills in the space in between. Anime in specific, is done on certain like numbers of frames per second, certain FPS, and it is drawn specifically so that those frames have certain impacts. Like you might have heard of things like smear frames or impact frames, things where like they are basically like filling space between moments. So it's like if you have, let me put my hand out. If you have like here and then here, with tracking or like with 3D animation, you would have like the movement going across. But if I was 2D animated, you'd have my hand here, you'd have my hand here, and between them you'd have like a smear of color where my hand is going from one place to another. And your brain would fill in, this means the hand is moving. If you do AI upscaling or AI like frame generation, We're getting into technical things for people might not know. Does anyone know what the like tweening is? Like tweening, where like it's in betweening. Tweening comes from in between, and it's basically you tell the computer, I have this, I have this. Create what should be in between. Yes, yeah, Himi would know. So basically, with tweening, what you would do is you would say, give me the midpoint between these two frames. And you would get something approximately in the middle. And then, if you're doing it with AI, you then take that and you say, give me the in-between this and this. In between the new tweened frame that I created in the original frame. And then you would say, give me that new tweened frame from my old tweened frame and the original frame. And you just keep doing that. You would keep generating midpoints. Brains filling the eyes to imply connect motion. Yes, and tweening is saying, I need a frame in between these two. So create what this in-between state would be. The screen is so good I might put a picture between it. Exactly. If you're an animator, you would take that tween frame and you would redraw it. And that way you can like create a smooth transition. But if you're doing it with AI, it doesn't know really what's supposed to be between. So it'll give you a midpoint and it'd be blurry. And then you take that midpoint and another midpoint, and what's between those is blurry. And so you end up with just like this weird color smear between the two instead of like a nice transition. Hey Loros, I do be yapping. It has been an hour and a half and I have not played a video game yet. Where was I going with that? I was going somewhere with all that and I forgot. Looks are pink. Yay! For Blippi, right? Because Blippi is also pink. Blippi is actually more pink than I am. Fun fact. Little did you know moment. Sun for Gore, yeah. I think I just started talking about that and I didn't have a point. I think that was just like a knowledge dump. Dead Boy short-term memory loss strikes again. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's only so much room when you've got tits like this. Anyway. All that to say, fuck AI, man. I miss the good old days when people would just Photoshop things and lie. Thought memory was stored in the breast. Yes, I have 2 terabytes right here. I miss the days when people would use Photoshop and lie. Oh, Hinky Himi. Though it's weird to look back on the days of like artisan misinformation. Especially now that we're in a place where things that we made jokes about never happening are happening. Hi Tolk. Thank you for the hydrate. Bo's making a Minecraft Werewolf Town Samsung map. Nice. Good luck. Did you see... Okay. Did you see the thing with Microsoft putting the Halo remaster on PlayStation? That used to be a joke. Back in my day, Halo on PlayStation was a joke. And now it's happening. And I don't get it. It's so weird, it feels wrong, yeah. Because it's like, that was always the thing. Was that, like, Halo will never be on another platform because it's the only thing that Microsoft has going for it to make people buy an Xbox. That's it, everything's an Xbox now. It's so fucked up. I don't understand. Because, like, what did Microsoft even have to put on Xbox to make people buy it aside from Halo? They tried a bunch of other stuff, but either Either it went to other consoles later, or it was bad. They're intentionally trying to kill it. They are. That's the thing. Like the head of, I think, who was it? The head of the Xbox division said they don't want the Xbox to be a game console anymore. They're going the direction of it being basically a fancy VCR. Gears of War, Forza, yeah. Like, you say they had those. Gears of War is on other consoles too. Forza's on PC. And let's be completely honest, when's the last time anyone talked about Forza? When's the last time anyone gave a shit about Forza? Congratulations, Hemi, you are the one person. Because other people are looking at, like, what's that? There's a racing series that comes out, like, every year. I have bad news. I already have a fancy VCR. It's PS5 with DVD support. Understandable. But yeah, there's basically, like, the games that Microsoft tried to make unique for their console all know that there's more money to be made by being sold on more consoles. So for the next one, been saying for years it should be in Japan. I'm gonna be completely honest. I thought Forza already had, like, Japanese racetracks. Oh, Medic, thank you for the list of Xbox exclusive games just being the Halo series. By race cars, we mean race Umas. Exactly. When are we getting a racing game about Uma Musume? So I went up the Game Pass price, which is Snap most awake. Yeah. Increasing the price of Game Pass is insane behavior, because that was like the one other draw that Microsoft had, is pay a monthly subscription, give them your money for games. Wild concept, I know. Give a company money for games. Wasn't Game Pass already not great? So Game Pass, the way that Game Pass works is you get 1 or 2 games that are incredible and people wanted to play, and then 5,000 games no one gives a shit about. Maybe that's this score, but Hytale is live once more, so I got the right switch. Good for him. I don't go to Hytale, but I'm glad people are getting what they want. 2 versions of Forza Motorsport and Forza Horizon. Horizon is the open world car games, Motorsport is for racing only. I see. I stopped playing Forza games when it was just Forza. I mean, but the choice just fucked them, yeah. So it used to be that you would get on Game Pass, like, 1 or 2 big games and a bunch of shitty games that no one cares about. I think the big one recently was they put, it was either Battlefield or Call of Duty, like one of the big shooting games, on Game Pass right when it came out. And so it's like, you get a $60 game, or $70 game now, $80 game now, Jesus Christ. But you get it for like $40 a month. So you're saving money. It's no longer $40 a month. So it's basically pay the price of buying a game to get a game. Gameflation, yeah. Don't you love that video games cost more money now for absolutely no reason? Game prices are fucked, yeah. Then you lose the game when you stop paying. Yep. Exactly. So would you rather pay $60 a month to play a game that you can buy for $60 and then lose if you stop paying, or buy the video game? And still, why would anyone do that? Microsoft! Microsoft hates money! They hate having money, they hate selling products. Anyway, hype news for Xbox forever. Most exclusive stuff that I've heard is PC only or PlayStation. Yep. AAA, self-proclaimed quadruple A can go die in the sun. Yeah. Yep. So here's the thing. Microsoft hates money, and so they make the things that they are already expensive more expensive and offer less. Sony hates money, So they will not give us the games we want to just be re-released on their new console. I'm looking at you, Bloodborne. Nintendo hates money, and so they send lawsuits to everyone, and also make their shit really expensive. Can't even pirate because most developers focus their efforts and updates on to multiplayer only. Yeah. News will be on Game Pass soon enough, and sell updates to Netflix. Yep. AAA is the most pretentious thing I've heard in a long time. They literally just made it up as a marketing term. It has no meaning. Like, quadruple A compared to what? They're not making anything that is quote-unquote triple A anymore. The quality is not increased. They just changed the name. It has no meaning. It's not real. The most quadruple A games died before they launched. I mean, yeah, there is also that. We do love games being cancelled before anyone can give them their money for them. That reminds me, did Star Citizen ever do anything? Is Star Citizen still taking money? Sorry, this is completely unrelated. My brain was just like, there's a game that's like quadruple A that people can't play, right? Still being made. Ah, I see. Is Star Citizen a scam? It's certainly something. I don't know if it's a scam. I think they are, like... I think it is being developed. I don't think it will ever be finished. I don't think people will ever get to play it. Say you should come back to the new console, sweep the entire console race. God, wouldn't that be funny? Wouldn't it be funny if, like, Atari came back? The game is playable. It has been for years. It's just not done. Yeah. I don't think it will ever be in a... I'll put it this way. I don't think it's ever going to reach 1.0. I think it's just going to keep going, and people will pay money for it. You know, hates money but loves it at the same time, so they underpay for the budgets on games and still expect that game team to crap gold over the desk. So with Nintendo, like... I want to understand that Nintendo is a very Japanese company compared to Microsoft and Sony. Sony is a company from Japan, but it is run very much like a Western company, especially like an American company. Nintendo is very much a Japanese company. And I don't want to fall into the trap of like gassing up Japan as if it's a completely different world. Nintendo is very much a Japanese company that, like, it was the future of gaming, or it was a company that was, like, futuristic. Like, it was in the 2000s back in the 90s, and it's still in the 2000s now in the 2020s. If you're Sony is Japanese, yeah. Must be the uncle that works at Nintendo's influence. Pretty much. Like, Nintendo is very much... It was ahead of the game when it started. And I would say up until, like... Around what, like, the Wii was when it plateaued. And now it's in the past. You still hate CDs and DVDs. Yeah. So, like, for Nintendo, the whole thing... They are very protective of their IP. Like, super protective. Like, their IP is the most important thing for them. That's why you get things like the PlayStation Switch 2 HD Rumble Feature 2. Like, the entire thing is a brand. And they're super protective of all of it. That's where the whole, like, lawsuits against Palworld come from, is because in Japan, if you lose, or at a certain point in time, if you lost the tiniest bit of your IP, then that's where the knockoffs came in. And Japan has a history of knockoffs turning out better than the original. So Nintendo's not want anyone playing with their balls. Yeah, no balls. So Nintendo is desperate to protect every single piece of their IP. And to quote a series that has gone downhill in recent times, the more tightly you grasp, the more planets slip through your fingers. So, yeah. And the other part of it is there is very much a culture of, if Thing was good before, Thing will continue to be good. So it's like, as much as I love Game Freak, they are still a handheld console company, or a handheld console dev team that is being asked to develop for a full console, and they cannot do it. Like, I like Game Freak so much, but they are not built for this. They are not built for the role they are being put in, and they have not been allowed to ramp up. So waiting for their cartridges to be mini SD size. We're getting there. It'll happen. They get a little lenient when they made Mario Kart World and stuff, then locked it back up. Yeah. So it's like, you can kind of see it with how Nintendo treats their game shops. Like, they shut down game shops on consoles they no longer want to support so that people can't go back to them, so that people have to be on the latest thing. But they don't do re-releases for some reason. And so many of their consoles are weird in ways that can't be emulated to. So it's like, how the fuck are you going to... How are you going to do, like... How are you going to bring Nintendo DS games to the Switch? Like, the console is just not built for it. They are different consoles. Which they would give them the ability to work on a full console, like give them a truly powerful system, see what they create. That would require money. Nintendo is making their consoles out of, like, Nokia phones and speak and spells. I wonder why people emulate their shit. Yeah. Just hating on older players. It's... I understand. It's the idea of you make scarcity so that people will buy things when it becomes less scarce. They brought back the fucking Virtual Boy before they brought back the DS. Yeah. Well, because the Virtual Boy is relatively easy to be released because it's just a screen. No one liked the Virtual Boy? Yeah. Nintendo single-handedly pushing back VR for like 30 years because of the Virtual Boy. Lol. Lamau. But like... Nintendo is in a place where they don't... The things that they make can only be found on Nintendo consoles. And so, if you want a backlog of things that people will want to buy, you remove it from circulation and then come back and put it back in circulation. Whoever first loaded the idea of planned obsolescence needs to be sent to the sun, too? Yeah. Looking at you, Apple. I want to say it's funny, but it's unfortunate because the entire rest of my family is on iPhones. I am the only Android user, which Android has its own problems, don't get me wrong, but the rest of the family is on iPhones. And I have to keep explaining to my mother why her phone is getting slower and working less. Whoa! Hola! Arachi, thank you for the raid. Hello, hello! Welcome, raiders! Hello, hello! My name is Lone Kai. Oh god, they're everywhere. Help! My name is Lone Kai Shibari. I'm your highest rated local forest deity. Come in and have a seat. Learning offerings in the box by the door. Hora, how was the Overwatch? The Overwatch. We've been yapping for about 2 hours. I'm gonna move Blippi over just a little bit because I keep turning and like. So just gonna move them over just a little bit. There we go. Bad. Oh no! I'm so sorry. Well, don't worry. Here we are yelling about video games. Apple is a weird place with that. Yes, Apple has planned obsolescence with their phones, but their oldest iPods still work with their most Macs. That's because that's a software thing. Their software is backwards compatible. Their hardware is designed to fail eventually, or designed to stop being supported. There is a difference. Like, you can build backwards compatibility really easily, but if the hardware is made to fail, then there is a, or not made to fail, if you have the design philosophy of introducing failure in order to encourage people to upgrade, there's no way around it. There's a subgroup of people in the community for fossil fighters, and they could easily feed them with a re-release. Good graphics for old games, some new features, they'd be golden. Yeah. Vintage, yeah. Like there are older communities that that could be serviced. Me making eye contact at Sony, give us Bloodborne. Like, if you re-release Bloodborne on PS5, people would buy the PS5. But you also have to keep in mind that the market that most people are trying to break into is new users, not existing users. That is an ongoing thing that I see, like, discussions online, like, why don't they re-release X? And, like, it makes sense. You would get a lot of people who are fans of X to buy the thing. But that is a known market, and is a known smaller market compared to the vast majority of people who don't know X. So if you want to break into the larger market, then you go for things that are already popular. Because it's easier to get people to buy into a Mario game than a Fossil Fighters game. It's like the myth of infinite growth. We also believe in the myth of infinite new customers. Exactly. I know. But yeah, a lot of marketing and a lot of decisions is based on the assumption that you will be able to get infinite new users or like that new users are the biggest market, that we need to break into the market of people who do not use our product. How long they're going to keep the naming philosophy, like will someday get to an iPhone 10 XXL Slim Pro or stop after a certain number? Probably. Tired of seeing extraction shooters? Oh yeah. Extraction shooters worked one time with PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds and never again. And even that one they broke. Thing is, that's wrong in my opinion, because there's always potential for new users for both games rather than just one. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I can't even argue. That's just true. There's always the potential for new users to join in on anything. Like, there are still... I'm gonna make people upset with this phrasing. There are still new users for VTuber as a genre. There are still new people watching VTubers. Like, there are people who have never seen a VTuber in their entire life, and they are finding, like, I don't know, like, Doki Bird or Zentrea for the first time. So you can always get new users by putting out product. But the way that marketing logic works, and people who are invested in the idea of marketing as the way to sell a product, is that it needs to prove it can exist in order to exist. And if the thing has not existed for a certain amount of time, there is no proof that it will work to bring in new people. Basically, the entire system requires something to sell well in order to make it. You can understand why we're seeing so many sequels and remakes now, right? Sequels, prequels, remakes. Like, that was the whole burnout of of like superhero movies, and now with Star Wars spin-offs and sequels and prequels. Thank you, Mac. I'll straighten up. Like, the whole reason those exist is because they're successful once, and they're successful recently. And they'll continue to make them until it costs more money to make it and release it than it costs to, as long as they're making a profit, they'll continue to do it. And the big thing that happens now is pushing the like pushing the appearance of something being popular. So like, if you want to sell a superhero movie, you need to look like superhero movies are popular. And that's easy to do if people are talking about superhero movies, if you already have that momentum. But if you're trying to sell, like... what's like an old game that people like but no one can buy now? I don't know. If you want to, like, sell the idea of a Lego Racer game, like Lego Racer on the N64... Anthem. Oof. Oh no. The trauma. But yeah, if you want to like sell people on a sequel to Lego Racer from the N64, you need the market to exist already. You spat my water. You're welcome. Like you will not get support for a thing where there is not already a proven market, or that there is not a groundswell of people who want it to exist. The Walking Dead. I mean, let's be completely honest. The reason why The Walking Dead died out is because other zombie-based, story-based things exist. The Walking Dead died because fuck, what's that? What's that series where the zombies are cordyceps? That's why The Walking Dead died. Because that one got made and got remade and got remade again. Last of Us, that's the one. Can you tell that I'm not up on what things are current? But yeah, I guarantee if The Last of Us was not released and re-released into the ground, The Walking Dead would still exist. But also, zombies got played out. Like, let's be completely honest. There was a period of like 2 or 3 years where everything was zombies. Like, every single franchise was zombies. And people got tired of it. The same way that people are getting tired of superheroes now. Like, games would be panned because they had zombies in them. And now games and movies are panned because they have superheroes in them. That's just got a remaster a year after release. It's so weird. Yeah. It got overdone. And now the genre of zombie game is dead. I think we're going to see the same thing with extraction shooters, or extraction games in general. Like, extraction shooter, and, like, Fortnite-style, like, Battle Royale. I think those two are starting to die out as well. Like, let's be honest, Fortnite exists now because other companies are willing to pay money to have skins in the game. And extraction shooters exist to make you buy a game that will be dead in a year. Dispatch is one of the most recent examples of how hero stories can still be really good. Yeah, but it's not a superhero game first and foremost. It is a visual novel with gameplay in it. Visual novels with gameplay an evergreen genre, an evergreen thing that can be sold. Fortnite keeps going because it has a whole ass other games in it. That is the other part of it. Fortnite, Roblox, like, they exist because they are not just one game. They exist because they are kind of like the Omni game. They are a more of a platform that has games in it. And like the common points between Fortnite and Roblox is lots of games, lots of different game modes, and lots of marketability, lots of things you can buy, especially the popular thing from something else. Like, if Tire Unite had a budget. Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. Because, like, I don't think there's a single... Has Fortnite ever, like... Have they ever not done a collab? Or, like, removed a collab? I don't think they have. As far as I know, Fortnite is like, if you have the money, we will collab with you. And the less said about Roblox, the better. Yeah, and that's how they continue to exist. They're not making their money off of people buying it for sure. They're not making. I would argue Fortnite probably does not make money from the players from all of the collabs they do. I think Fortnite probably makes its money from companies and other IPs paying them to have their brand in the game. Yeah, I can't think of... Well, The thing that I'm curious about is at what point does, like... At what point are they going to run out of Fortnite? Like, Fortnite's been going for how long now? How many years has Fortnite existed? Fortnite was released in 2027. Okay, so we're coming up on a decade of Fortnite. I think something you need from buying everything in the Simpsons collab is money. Yeah. I feel like... I don't know, like, we have to be getting to the end of the Fortnite era at some point. Zombie mode or Battle Royale mode? Fortnite as a product. Like, we have to be getting to the end of it. I cannot imagine a world where Fortnite exists for more than a decade. Just because, or at least not in the way it is now. Because they will simply run out of IPs to engage with. And they'll run out of nostalgia to grab people with. Because those are kind of like those are the two things that I see with Fortnite. Is it's either nostalgia for a thing that exists, or like hype for a thing that is new. Like all the stuff that they do with like singers and fashion, like that is the new hotness. And then stuff like the Transformers and Simpsons and Bob's Burgers, like that is nostalgia. That is reaching into your wallet and saying the thing that you know, here it is. Never played it, but at that Punk event, maybe a little happy that people got to enjoy something cool. Yeah, like I'm not saying that Fortnite is like 100% bad. Like they are still doing interesting things. I just think they're gonna run out of interesting products to work with. I don't know. I have feelings on Fortnite that are complicated. Anyway, it's been 2 hours, and we have not played a video game. What if I were to open up a video game? Wouldn't that be wild if we played a video game on this gaming stream? Let me go ahead and set my categories. Need for the hydrate bear. Gaming in this economy? Insane. We're gonna play some White Knuckle because that is the current brain rot for me, in particular. Thank you for the head pat, Sugar. How you doing? Just set all of the things and open the game in the background. Meep. Mop. 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 I was trying to think of something to fill the space, but my brain is square. So I'm just gonna wait for the game to load. When is the Drawn Together Fortnite collab? Oh god, could you imagine? We start mining the depths of things people remember. The brain goes in the square hole. Yeah. The femboy goes in the square hole. Okay, and then do I have this set up already? Hey, I do. Okay. Then Power Sim 2. 2! Nice. So I've played a little bit of White Knuckle over the last 2 weeks. Brain going down the drain. Oh no. So I've played I played a little bit. As you might have seen on Blue Sky, I did finally beat the campaign. We did it. We did it, chat. And then I beat it again. Did they ever have an update that like fixed the weird pathing on the squid things? They did. They did fix that. I did I beat that too. I did it. Yippee. And then I also did some endless runs. I think I have like maybe like 5-7 achievements that I haven't gotten so far. Let me sit in that. No, I've got 11 achievements that I still need to do, and like some of them are just climb a shit ton of time, or squish some bugs. So we'll get those as time goes on. But I think what we're gonna do is let's just do some more campaign runs, because this is a game I enjoy just like playing in the background. Let me know how the audio is, by the way. I don't know. I did turn it down so that I could have like video essays playing in the background. So if it's too quiet, let me know. So we're gonna do a funky little climb. Can you be quiet? I will turn it up. It will increase. There we go. I did unlock the shortcuts too, but when I come back to it after a while, I always have to like start off kind of like on basic bitch mode so I can remember how to play. Let me go. Good, nice. So yeah, I've been playing this for probably too long, and I'm at the point where it's no longer just survive. I'm now engaging in tech. I am now attempting to get good at the video game, which is always a dangerous situation to be in. Oh my god. There we go. Now time to thrive. Exactly. We are working our way up on the hierarchy of needs. Alley-oop. It's not to say I'm good at the game yet. It's just that I know more than I did last time. Let's see, I think if I get up there, I can get across, so... Alley-oop. And, oh. Drug. Let's see, I can probably just do this. And then... No, I don't think I'd be able to make that jump. Whee! This is what playing a game every day for like 2 weeks does to you. Actually, I do want to make a video on the process of like becoming good at a game through the lens of White Knuckle. I think that'd be really fun. Where it's like going through the stages of playing the game and being like engaged with the premise, and then eventually it dissolving into game mechanics, and then getting good at the game mechanics. Because you know me, I am what is known as a bitch when it comes to spooky games. But I've gotten to the place where this game is not, like, terrifying by default. So it's like, I'm now engaging with the game as a game, rather than engaging with it as a spooky experience. And also, like, it changes the way you look at the worlds. Like, before, I would look at that and say, oh, that's a safe way up, I'll take that. But now, it is easier for me to climb up, like, the path less traveled. Just because I've played the game more, and now I see the play space differently. It's an interesting experience. Especially for someone like me who does not inherently, like, try to get good at video games. Like, usually when I play a game, I play for the experience of playing it. Ooh, is there a grub in there? I usually play for the experience of getting to the end, and then I'm done. I can hear you. But this is a game where I started playing and really wanted to get to the end because I enjoyed playing it, and now I'm at the point where it's a game where I want to get good at it. Like, I want the experience of being good at playing the game. Hey, look. A wrench. You know what? We're gonna take the wrench instead of the hammer. They do exactly the same thing. Bulletproof or bad parent. We're gonna re-roll this actually. Hunger meter. You know what? I don't play with conditioned polyphagia very often. Let's try it. Which means I'm probably gonna want to take this food with me. There are definitely some perks where I've learned that I enjoy them more and will, like, auto-take them when I see them. The one that I always take when it shows up. It's, I want to say it's slow and steady, but I don't think that's the name of it. It's basically, you climb slower, but, no, it's you walk slower, but you climb faster, no. Which one is it? I forgot. If it shows up, then I'll point it out. Only climb? That might be it. But I think it's an experimental one that, that makes the mass slower, but you're slower. And the reason why I take that one is not for the mass here itself, but for the face. Employee retention, that's the one. Thank you. I will take employee retention every time because I still find that I have difficulty handling the face in the abyss. So I will take the one that slows that down so that I have more time to think into the goop with you. Nyum. Do. Come on, yo. Actually. Let's do a funky little scramble. The other thing that I really appreciate about this game is the devs have said, and I believe them. You can get through every room in this game without using items. Which means that you can save your items for when it makes it easier to get somewhere. Instead of me when I fuck up. Instead of like me when I fuck up twice. I might die because I'm fucking around too much. You can save your items for getting through areas that would be like annoying to get through, or for getting through an area faster, instead of keeping your items like in reserve in case you need them. Every room -1. I think there are like 1 or 2 rooms where you kind of need items to get through. Oh my god. But I do appreciate that the vast majority, like pretty much every room that you would normally run into, you can get through without having to worry about, like, do I need an item to get through here? Let me in.
Pressure seal engaged. Door latches.
Here we go. Do I think I can get through the next section without using the save? Oh, did I crash? Oh, there we go. Sorry, I looked over at my OBS and nothing was moving, so I got scared. You know, let's go ahead and do a save here. I don't know if I'll need it, but for stream, I will make sure that I live. Ooh, do I want profit motive? No, because I'm already gonna need to have room for food, so let's actually take back strengtheners here. Profit motive is insane. Oh, absolutely. Tormenculus. That's a good name. Thank you for the offering. And just have to keep the horrors for a second. Food buff is really good too, yeah. Room injector if you're well fed. Yep. Been a while since I was last here. I mean, that does make sense. Oh man, my model is freaking out. What? Again, we've got the shortcut, but because this is the first run of the day, I want to take my time and get my brain dialed in. Grab some bricks. Fine. Whereas being more intensive, I would keep track of how much I'm carrying to make sure I don't go over the amount I can carry, but I think we'll be fine. Oh, I see you there, evil thing. Let's see here. Yeah, I do have to just climb up through this. Or I say I have to. There may be alternate routes that I'm not aware of. I never claimed to be good at a video game. This isn't Digimon Deus Squad for the PlayStation 2. You're right. Okay, I misjudged that. Thought I could make it. Misjudged my height. Someday, when I'm in the brain space for playing new games, I will play more new games. That is how it works. Short, yeah. Unfortunately, I am small. I cannot deny it any longer. Get out of here. That's the most annoying part about those bugs, is they will find a way to be right in the spot where you can't reach them. Oh. By being below you. And then you either just sit there and wait for them to pop out, or get impatient and run, and then they come over and fuck up your run later. Okay. Getting that food. Grab more food. Ow. I just ignore the roaches at this point. Ugh. We're good. I do still, like, I don't know if it'll come across on the model, but I do still, like, wiggle my body around just reflexively as I'm playing these games, especially if I'm trying to, like, avoid something. So if you see my model, like, shift around, it's because I am physically moving to try and get my character to be in a place. Oh, fuck. I let go. That's on me. Balloon climbing in real life. It do be like that. I am unfortunately like that. Alright. It's time to tap for either red or blue mana because we're in steam vents. Are you ready for me to fall down to the bottom like 27 times? Because I, missed time going through steam. Come on, you. I just did it right there. I don't know if it came across on stream, but I leaned forward to try and grab on to the thing easier. Through the clean nuclear power. Alley-oop. I think the only spots where I have difficult, like, I don't want to jinx it by saying these parts aren't difficult, but the parts where I still consistently will fail on are... Oh. Too lazy to name. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. The parts where I still, like, have consistent difficulty is... Ow. This isn't hard. Handle breaks off wall. Oh, God. I mean, that can happen. It's just they're yellow instead of red. The spots where I still have consistent difficulty. I'm going to get this thought out. Me, or other people talking about me when it's time to leave. Parts where I still have consistent difficulty are the, fucking... Brain, work with me here. The... Ow! Ah, ow, 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 ow! The vent thing? The thing in the vents? I have difficulty with that one just because for some reason I have trouble hearing it. so I don't know when to look around. And the other part is the abyss. The abyss is really difficult for me just because I don't have a lot of experience with it. Especially, what is it called? The Dead Man's Handle? Ow. The spot where it gets super dark and you have to work your way around the structure. That part is really difficult for me. And I cannot explain why. Probably just because I can't see shit, because my eyes are bad. So really, I have difficulty where it's a skill issue. Just don't want to deal with any steam through there. Do I have... I don't. I do think I can just skip around that. The thing is going to be this bug. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Alley-oop. Ah! I fucked up! I fucked up! I slipped. That's entirely on me. That is the first time I've fallen off of that spot, by the way. I have no excuse. I was walking and my brain was like, don't fall off of this. And then I fell off of it. Can you for the lurk bear? Like I said, first run of the day. This is entirely for practice.
Severe elevator.
Nyum.
Avoid elevators until further notice. Emergency evacuation.
Plus, there's the downside of having 2 hours of yapping before actually playing a video game, which is that my brain is already shutting down. So I don't know how long we'll be playing this. It will be some amount of time between 0 and yes. This goes over here. I have a system of putting things in specific places, and if I don't do that, I will forget where they are. A time will be had. Exactly. There will be time, or perhaps not. Yeah. Do I want to go for that? Yeah, I do. Be gone, you! Nyum. Any ways that I can skip out on having to do some climbing in this area? I'll take it. Oh, there is one more place where I have trouble. And I don't know if we'll see it in this run if we've already passed it, but, out. The sewers. I have a hell of a time getting through the sewers, and I can't explain why. Like, not this part of the sewers, but, where the, fucking, what is it called? Like, the Strider from Morrowind is. That area is my kryptonite, and I can't explain why. Woo! Nyum. I don't think we're gonna get it in this run, just because I've already gotten past it. You know what? Never mind. I want to go through the secret way. Come on, you. Oh, don't get stuck. Come on, you. Please. No, it's stuck! Please! Let me in! Alright. We'll go this way. We'll go through the crushers. I don't like the crushers because I keep dying to them in stupid ways. Now I think about it, there's actually quite a few places where I just have a skill issue and can't get through. The worst room pipe works, yeah. Oh, can we just not go through it. That goes down. That's the opposite of the direction I want to go. Let's see here. I have to make some progress real quick, so... Alley-oop. And alley-oop. Ah, fuck. I'm bad at video games. Chat, I might be cooked. I might be cooked. Never mind, never punished. Never punished, not even once. You. And... You. Let me go. Danger, danger. Never punished, not even once. Anyway, back to hell. There is, like, this game is, like... It's satisfying to get good at it. I know that's a weird compliment to give... Oh, yeah. It's a weird compliment to give a game. But there are other games that I'm sure people can think of where it does not feel good to get good at them. Like, there are games where you get good at them and you're just like, ah, fuck, now I'm good at this game. Now I have to keep playing it because it's the game I'm good at. But this is not one of them. This is a game where it is satisfying to see your progression. Ends up, you end up going 2 or 3 times faster because you got better, not because meta progression or anything. Yeah, it's not that the game has changed in a way that makes you better. Ow, 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 ow. It's that you got better at the game. That is 100% it. It's also like, I'm excited for updates because it will give me new things to learn in the game. Like, I will get I'll get to have my experience of playing the game change as the game updates. I fell off of that and I didn't even notice. What a fool am I? There we go. The perspective in this part is just uncomfortable because it's not quite straight up. Have a little snack. Eat me some beans. Yeah. I don't know why. Like, that little section where it's like you're going up, but that's actually extremely twisty if you look at it from out of bounds. Is it? Okay. Because it definitely feels it. It feels like you're never going straight up. Which is extremely disorienting for me for some reason. It's almost an S shape. Really? Okay. What? Okay. Small break. Let the hands recover. There we go. I have thought, like, once or twice about trying to get good enough at this game to speedrun it, but then I watched people speedrun this game, and I was like, no. I will never be him. My brain does not work fast enough for some of the... Ow! For some of the shit that people do in speedruns of this game. Like, I've seen some clips for this game where it looks like people are just flying. It's insane. So I don't think I'll ever get that good. But it is a game where I want to get, like... I do think I'll eventually get to where I want to get good enough at going fast in this game. When Renner streams here, he's nuts. Really? I'll have to check him out. Come on, there we go. Yeah, this is a game where Like, the skill ceiling is so incredibly high.
Yellow. Please enjoy.
Okay, I will check that out. Oh man, it's my... Oh, my phone is really heating up. Okay, we'll probably just do this one run, and then I'll call it, because my phone is, like, reaching the temperature of the sun. Got the world record too? Nice. Yeah, you can see my tracking is really getting bad. I'm just gonna grab this, and then I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Let's see if I have that right. Yeah! And alley-oop. And alley-oop. And so I don't like to use my model. Yeah.
Elevator security locks.
Dispose of that. The thing is, I like my model. I like wiggling around, but I have, like... I have a refurbished 1,000-year-old iPhone that I use for face tracking. And so when that starts getting hot, then it's like, okay, stream needs to be over now.
Airlock seal mechanisms must be engaged. Please
Can you do
contact
the...
your local
There you go.
control room
I'm ready.
specialist.
I'm ready. I'm ready. You know those cases to help it, keep the kid school? I should. That is on my list.
Contacting administrator.
Alley-oop.
Warning. Administrator is missing.
Yeah.
Contacting emergency worker protection.
If I had a double jump, I would try to just skip there, but
No
I am not...
clues detected.
Nope.
Engage
Not good enough for that yet. Ugh. Like the perfect throne item. I should update my throne. I should do that at some point. Especially with the holidays coming up. Okay, you know what? I need to just do that, make it easy. Maybe I'll do that, like, later today. Put some stuff on there, because there are some things that I want to get to for, like, future stream stuff. One of the things that I want to get is one of those helmets with the arm to,
Alert. Airlock seal.
the arm on it for, like, a camera. So I can do... Oh my god, can I grab that? Have I never tried that before? Damn. One of those cameras with, like, a phone arm on it. So that I can have face tracking when I do full body streams. PVF helmet. Yeah, I think that's what they're called. So I do want to get one of those, because I am working on getting my full body set up so that it can work in Warudo. I might starve to death on the way up. Uh-oh. Ow. 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 I think I'm going to just starve to death before I get to the top. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Try to stand on the bricks. Hang on, let me eat this brick. Fuck. Yeah, I think I just died before I get out of the elevator. Let me out! Let me out! Chat, this is what happens when streamers forget to eat before starting to stream. This is just what it's like. Oh man, I'm so slow too. Nope, there I go. You have a snack redeem! I know. Okay, but actually, we'll do one more. We'll do one more. Just because I feel like doing it. A little slow because I was taking a sippy. Oh well. Do you want to do a shortcut? Let's try a shortcut this time. Come on, you. Get out of here. Unlock this, and we'll go through the other thing. We'll go through here. Oh, oh. I always forget that it freaks out a little bit there. It's loading a new zone. Whee! Into the sink. Oh my god, can I not jump this? There we go. On you. I don't have much experience with the shortcuts because I just don't take them. I'm so used to doing the climbs normally that sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I have shortcuts unlocked now. I should use those. And then I get on the shortcut, I'm like, where the fuck am I? Whoa! Did not have as much momentum as I thought I did. I could have jumped there. Whee! And then the horrors! Out! The horrors, the horrors. And just get out. There we go. Ow! What do you mean you hit me from here? You know what? Die. There we go. There's a second one up there. There. Yep. Alright, this is going to be a pain. But I think I can scramble on up. Whoa! I got distracted and I was looking at him instead of where I was going. Thank you, Ravi. And hi, Hoa! I'll straighten up too. What do we think? Can I get up there? No, I'm gonna have to go around. You know what? It sucks to do it this way. But actually, I bet I can get over to him. And then just hit him with the hammer. Question is, can I do it before the mass? Come here, you. The power of hammer. And yep. There we go. You're suing a game. Is it a spooky game? Because based on our history, if it's a spooky game, you can convince me. I'm sure there's a better way to go about this, but I'm bad. Damn it. Here we go. Oh! Oh, okay. I think I just die here. Yep. It's a lethal copy. Okay. What is it? Oh, you sent me a DM. Hang on. Mimesis. Okay. I will check that out. With built-in, very convincing mimics. Oh no, nightmare, nightmare. All right, that one was too short. We're gonna do one more. Oh no, this is a game that is very easy to get back into. I really don't like dealing with the with those guys, so we're just gonna go this way. But I will check out Mimesis after stream. I completely forgot to actually grab items on the way up. What a fool I was. Oh. I'm losing it a little bit. Chat, I'm losing it. 2.5 hour stream. This old man can't handle it. Alley-oop. There we go. Sorry, bug. There we go. You know what I need to do? I need to get back into having collabs with people. Because I just realized that it's been a hot minute since I did a collab. Oh! What do you mean I didn't grab that? I'm upset. Sadness, sadness, depression. I think the issue is, like, is schedule. Because I do unfortunately have a full-time job. Which means that Prime streaming hours are unavailable for me. Do I want to go through the center? I really don't. I really don't want to go through the center of that.
Protected in long-term storage facilities.
Schedules are hard to work around. Yeah. Especially with my time zone, because I am at the ass end of American time zones. So it's like, well, if I ask people to wait until my work ends, then it's like the middle of the night for them. Like 90% of the time. What? Schedules and time zones suck. Yeah, it's actually one of the big reasons why I'm making a concerted push towards non-stream content. Like, I think especially in the next year, I want to make a real push for non-stream content so that I can make things when I have the energy for it and not necessarily when I can commit to a stream for it.
Announcement.
Yeep.
Air exchange scrubbers are currently cycling. Expect brief reductions in oxygen flow.
That is the one thing that non-streamed things like videos have over streaming, is if you have the energy to make a video, or like to work on a video, you can work on the video in that moment. You can write a script, or you can record some dialogue or something. But if you have the energy to do a stream, you better hope that you also have the time to do the stream, and that other people will show up. And it seems like I don't have evidence towards this, but it seems like streaming as the main form of content creation, especially for VTubers, is kind of diminishing. And I do blame Twitch a little bit for it, because they're making a real push to remove lurkers as a metric for streamers. But at the same time, like, a lot of stream numbers were inflated from everyone being inside for 4 years.
62%.
And so I think what we're seeing is just people now have the time and ability to do other shit. Twitch shooting themselves in the foot and then blaming everyone other than themselves. Yeah. How about this new barbarian fashion line? Apparently it's all the rage. Hey Taki, how's it going? But yeah, like, streaming, it seems like, granted, a lot of this is based on me like talking to other people and trying to get a sense of what they like. Let's do Metablock Overdrive. I don't feel like rerolling here. And the sense that I'm getting is because people are like back at work, back at school, all that kind of stuff, and kind of like getting back into their routines.
Alert.
People really want stuff that they can engage with passively now, rather than actively. Like, before, the big appeal for VTubers, and for, I don't want to say just for VTubers, the appeal for streamers, because I do see, like, people who were doing streaming going back, like, non-VTube streaming going back to YouTube, and the big appeal was, it's like live content, it's a live thing that you can interact with, because what else are you going to do? You're inside. But now, what people are looking for is something that they can have on in the background while they do something else, like while they're at work, while they're driving, while they're busy with something else. They want to passively consume content rather than actively consume it. And just know that during all this, every time I say content, I'm cringing a little inside. Because I would much rather think of it as art rather than content, but there is a certain point where I feel like I have to admit that part of the goal of making the thing is for the thing to be consumed. So I'm trying to figure out how to adjust what I do to be in line with what people are looking for without compromising the kind of thing that I want to make. Ooh, extra jump. You know what? Let's take the extra jump. Ow. So trying to figure out how do I take the horrors. How do I take the kind of thing that I do on stream and translate it into something that does not require like a live audience. Yeet. Which is, oh fuck. Okay, we're fine. I jumped too early and hit the head of the hit the top of the door. Make self into marketable plushie. God, I wish. You see the like everyone has a marketable plushie now. It's so funny. Just yesterday, ow, I saw if people know the Team Fortress 2 content creator Soundsmith, he also has a plushie coming, which is the funniest thing to me. I don't know why it's funny to me, but just like everyone has a plushie now. It used to be a joke that everyone was being turned into a marketable plushie, and now it's real. Oh, ow. Am I gonna be able to do this? Let me go. Nope. Oh, I might be able to hit the tongue on the way up and grab onto it, but I didn't, so then I was like, maybe I can just kill it, and I couldn't. I got the timing of that wrong. So yeah, marketable plushie is something that I think about, but I would need, there's like a certain threshold of audience you need in order to get that kind of deal. For this past year. I'm testing what works and doesn't work. I like being clips, but man, it's hard to find what would make a good clip that, oh my god, I cannot make that jump anymore. Also, I forgot I have the double jump. I'll try to remember that. But yeah, like, clips are fun. For me, I have always wanted to do longer form videos. And part of it is, what the fuck? Oh, okay. Part of it is I do want to move away from video games as my main thing that I do. Like, I'm sure people kind of get that sense with me doing more just chatting at the beginning of streams. Oh my god, the crushers. I'll pre-order 10, thank you. But yeah, like ow, I'm bad. I want to do more things that aren't streaming and more things that aren't video games, which is difficult because streaming and video games are the thing that I have experience in. They're the thing that I am practiced at. And so now trying to figure out how to do things that are not that, very difficult. The horrors. And it's a thing where I know that if I get practice doing it, then I'll be able to do it. Like, I just need to have the experience of doing it for a while, and I'll figure out what works and what doesn't. The same way that I did with streaming, where it's like, okay, this this kind of content works, this kind of content doesn't. But at the same time, there's like that natural, ooh, new thing's scary. Not sure if new thing will work. So trying to figure that out, which has been interesting. Because I do know, like, I am fully aware, I have said multiple times, I want to work on making long-form videos, currently working on making long-form videos. I've said that multiple times and nothing has happened yet. I am fully aware. Ah. Be gone. So, it's like, what the fuck? Oh, it's because I grabbed onto the wood. So I am not ignorant of the fact that I have said multiple times I'm going to do thing and then not done thing. And just know it's not that I lied, it's that I failed. It's like
also just ADHD.
Hi.
Hi.
Jump scare. Oh well, how you doing?
I didn't jump. It's your issue.
Yeah, that is totally a skill issue on my part. How you doing?
I am good. Learned the hard way, though not that bad. Buses don't run that late on weekends. Had to walk from downtown. But
Aww.
how goes the stream?
Stream is good. I can feel my throat getting a little tired. So I don't know how.
Hydrating at least?
I am.
Okay, so it's strain.
Yeah, it's just the act of yapping non-stop for 2 hours before actually playing a video game.
Kind of quiet.
That's
because
I turned you
if I
up.
crank it. Okay, maybe Discord's not picking it up anymore. Maybe I lucked out today.
Thank you for the hydrate.
I've been having static issues with my microphone. I think it's finally starting to like age.
No.
You know, I don't have the free money. I already had fun today, so I don't have like important money.
Mm-hmm.
But it was good seeing people. I only realized, wow, it's been so long since I've seen some IRL friends that I was still single when I saw them.
Wow.
Right?
That's a long time.
Right, exactly. Like, you know, I've been with Steve for like a year and a half.
Hmm.
Damn, 80 people seeing me. You're in Japan, you fucking cat.
Yeah. Ah! Nightmare. So Lily, how's Japan?
This bitch bought me Magnemite earrings for me to live out my Iono dreams.
Oh my god. You're gonna wear the outfit too?
I fucking would if I could, but also I don't have a bodysuit.
We'll get you one.
Don't. Yeah, Steve would probably fund it.
Yeah. You can match.
I hope he likes seeing Pudge in a bodysuit.
I know I do.
And hair ties. Yeah, it was a Pikachu hair tie and something else. I don't remember.
Incredible.
Where are you on my list? Oh shit, did I... Hold on, I forgot to send Lily that gif that I found today.
Oh.
You know, me when I get you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, so she got me like a Pikachu one, and it kind of looks like race, like flags behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And then a mouse hold.
Mouse hold?
No, no, that's only got two. That's Tandem Mouse.
Little guys.
The little guys that go ah.
Ah! Me too. I relate to them. I also go at. The little guys
We're
ever.
gonna become a mouse hold
Soon.
one day.
Yeah. I hate the Steam. Me when I hate Steam, the marketplace.
Oh yeah, when are the good sales happening? It's like Thanksgiving week, right?
Yeah, I think there'll be one around Thanksgiving, and then one like the week after. Ah!
Oh fuck,
I'm just bad. Ow.
hold on, that's insane. Do we have this game?
Which one?
Sonic Frontier is 80% off.
Really?
Yeah, right? What does the digital deluxe edition get?
I think that is going to be it for White Knuckle, just because I noticed at the end there that the spinning around is not doing good things for my brain.
You're tired. You've worn away your muscles of streaming.
Yeah. That's right. We got like an hour of White Knuckle in, which is about what I thought I would get anyway. But we'll hang out here for a minute. I don't want to just run away immediately. Here's a stream. I'm not running away immediately. We're gonna keep talking. We're gonna keep yapping for a bit.
I got to yap with some people about Commander for a little bit.
Yeah.
Found somebody who had the Wandering Bard as their commander,
Hell yeah.
and they had 48 lands in their deck,
Incredible.
all 23 towns, and a fuckload of gates as an alternate win condition.
Mm-hmm. Please let us just leave me. I'm not. Quit telling everyone I'm dead. You commander, I finished my lightning deck. Nice.
Nice. I just made an Ozai deck with Leyland's help, and it was really funny.
I was working on a Ko the Face Stealer deck because they revealed the card, and it's a really interesting design. And then found out today the tech that I had lined up does not actually work.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot I have an Inspirit deck, which love that card, honestly. But I forgot I named it Shipping Wars.
Oh.
Because it's a ship.
Mm-hmm. Here, let me get the card. And actually, I'll put this in muted chat so you can see it. If my mouse will scroll. Come on, there we go. And then grab this so that stream can see it.
Oh,
There we go.
that's an avatar thing? What the fuck?
Yeah, right? No, thank you for gifting a sub to Lily. I don't know why it didn't pop up on screen. But thank you.
I know.
I know. Genji goes in, air shoes on, lightning and one-shot my DF. Nice. Yeah, so the thing that I built around is basically, if you're not into magic, what this does is Felix Sniper OG, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. What this does is you can point at a thing and make it go away. And when things die, you can make them go away. And then you can pay 1 life to give Ko the activated and triggered abilities of things that you've sent into Super Hell. So my thought was, give it an ability that lets you send more things into exile. Basically, grab things from the graveyard and exile them, and then you can turn Ko into a copy of them. Turns out, no. Magic rules say that if you have an effect that is keeping track of cards that have gone into... Oh, now it's popping up. If you have a card that keeps track of cards put into exile like this, then it's actually keeping track of where they're put in exile from as well. So it only counts for the abilities that the card has that put things in exile. It will not keep track of things put into exile by other abilities. So I had a bunch of tech lined up and it doesn't work. So now I gotta redo it. Boy, those are really late. Must be stream elements freaking out for some reason. That said, I was talking to Aster about this card now that we both know that the tech that I was working on doesn't work. And they pointed out another ability that we can exploit because swapping between between abilities, resets activate only once per turn stuff. And so we can kind of cheat by, let's see, well, let me...
You cheat?
Yeah.
Can't believe you would.
Not on you. Just on once per turn effects. So we can take this, Calming of Jealous Thirst, which you can pay to make each opponent lose life and you gain life, but you can make it free if you've drawn three or more cards. So if you have like, exile this and one other thing, and then draw 3 cards, then you can just flip between this ability and another creature, and drain the entire table immediately. So this is probably going to be the new win con that I build towards. There is your honor, the one that stole my face. That's the one.
Are you comfy?
Me at Juno, who is currently curling up in my lap like a baby so I can rub his belly.
That's what this one's doing.
You are a ridiculous cat.
Sometimes. Oh, thanks, Discord. That scared the shit out of me.
Oh.
I had clicked in a video link and it just wasn't working, so I went to the actual Twitter link, watched it, like, okay, cool. Closed it. And then the Discord one finally started playing.
Oh. Jump scare.
It was the cicada that goes, ah, yeah. Ah, yeah.
Nice.
Also, you're hot.
What the hell? So are you. All that overclocking.
You know, I got to talk about you vaguely to people who would probably never meet you, and I gushed.
Aww. Cute. Oh yeah, just semi-related. My mom wants to send you and Steve and girlfriend blankets at some point.
That's so cute. Do tell her my housing situation's a little up in the air at the moment.
Yes, I told her that we should wait until you're settled somewhere.
Can we tell chat that your mom uses my right pronouns? Because that's the cutest goddamn thing.
She works real hard on it.
Yeah, so at one point, Lillian and I were just, I think it was during a One Piece session, you were had a knock at your door, and it was your mom ordering soup with you. Like you're getting something, you're getting fed. And because of that, I had told you to tell her that I think she's cool. And you sent me the text response of her saying, "Aw, I love them." It just gave a genuine wash of euphoria, of joy.
When she said that she wanted to send everyone blankets, she specifically referred to you as her them-in-law.
Don't be saying that. That's practically just giving blessings, isn't it?
Pretty much.
My face already hurts from smiling at that. What the fuck? Your mom's a sweetheart. That fucking abridged mom beta ah, shit, I don't even want to make that about me. Her mom's really cool.
No, you are ridiculous. You are just a baby, aren't you? You're a big
baby
furry
man.
baby.
Little baby.
Little baby man?
Oh my god.
And eventually you're gonna decide you're done and freak out and run away and probably claw up my lap. I know what my cats are about.
I can at least comfortably say that I know what Raven it plans to do, for the most part.
Is
She
it
will
Notch?
stay. No, she will stay right where she is until I lose feeling in my feet.
Mm-hmm. I had a cat that would do
Dude.
that. I think the record was like 3 hours of me having to sit with my legs crossed.
Dude, I gotta say, Tibetan monks got nothing on cat owners.
Mm-hmm. It's just at some point moving is illegal. Fortunately, I'm kind of out of things to talk about, but an ad is starting. I don't want to just disappear in the middle of the ad.
You know, actually, I've got something to ask.
Yeah?
Because I had taken a look at the at your like 10 games to get to know me, and I just want to poke about one.
Okay.
Pokemon Snap?
Yeah. Love that game. It's one of the first games ever that I beat, like played entirely to completion.
Oh my god. Yeah. That would have a good spot in your heart.
Mm-hmm. Not to mention, I have the voice clips of Professor Oak's.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. You were close. Just
Easy
ingrained in my
focus
brain.
game.
There's the
Best way
ad.
to
Yep.
do it. Oh. And also, when I was taking the walk from downtown, I stopped at the Dunkin' nearby. That one stays open until like 10 p.m. Like, what the fuck?
Wow.
You know, understandable. That's morning for night shift.
Hi, Lumen.
Hello. But brain. When I was just waiting for my drink to be made, I was like looking around. There were some people just chilling in the lobby and all that. Cool. I see a kid playing on something that isn't a phone. It's like a weird purple shape and something red sticking out of it. Squint. Look a little closer. That was an original Game Boy with Pokemon Red inside.
Oh.
Right?
Based.
Right? God. I wanted to say something, but it would have been weird. But it does warm my heart to see something like that.
Yeah.
God,
The children are
Pokemon-
rediscovering technology.
Dude, I still remember. Pokemon Red was my first game literally ever. Because my grandma and I think all the women in my family love to go yard sailing in the weekends. And they had found, and this was more base than I realized, an atomic purple Game Boy Color with Pokemon Red.
Oh my god.
Right? Like, oh. That shit had, as the kids call it, aura. But yeah, blew my mind to being able to explore an entire world in this funky little brick.
Insane,
Play
right?
the ever-loving hell out of it.
I have memories of playing Pokemon Blue in the back of my parents' car on a drive between states, and very specifically having the little squiggly light in order to see in the dark. Thank you, Ravi. I'll hydrate. I can't straighten up. There's a cat in my lap.
You know what is a weird like video game memory I have? Playing Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, the Game Boy one, at a family gathering. Didn't know anyone, didn't care. Played that shit until it was red and kept going. And on the ride home, Mom had to make a sudden swerve and ran into some spikes.
Oh no.
Yeah, we had to get towed. And I just remember, the only thing I remember afterwards was, it was on a Game Boy Advance SP. I had closed it to, like, change the cars, go into the truck, and then get settled in. And when I opened it back up, it had died.
No!
Mode.
Man.
Man, I don't even remember. I don't even remember if I actually like lost progress because it meant so fucking little to me.
Hmm.
That was a game that ended up in a washing machine though for me, and still worked.
Hmm. It's wild how many like things used to be built to survive, or just like accidentally survive. Okay,
Right?
you're wiggling. You want down? Okay.
Oh.
Hmm?
I'll post it in the Poly server.
Oh, okay.
I feel like my voice is cracking in weird ways.
Hmm. They did spend the day talking. Oh.
Right?
Hmm. Okay, but now that we're out of ads, I think I'm gonna start looking for someone to raid out too. Because it has been 3 hours, I have to feed cats and feed me.
Mm-hmm. Please go take care of yourself. Oh, hi, Simba.
Who have I got that's online?
You want to meet somebody that I loosely talk with?
Hmm?
I will hit them in your DMs.
Okay. Actually...
She is.
Hmm?
Never mind. Go ahead.
No, I just saw that, that Salem's live, so I want to go raid them. Because I don't get the opportunity to do that very often. But yeah, send me your person, I'll check them out in the meantime.
She is a cute harpy.
Okay, so we're gonna do raidy things, but before we do, go check out the socials over there. The things, the such. Here is over on YouTube and my Twitch account on the YouTube side if things will work. There we go. Follow me on the things. Eventually, there will be content on YouTube that isn't streamage. And we're gonna go do a funky little raid. We've got the raid messages. It's gonna work. Is it gonna work? I don't think it's gonna work. Come on.
Damn.
Okay. Let me just do some copying then. I'm sure it will post like 27 of these in a couple of minutes, but we've got the first message, if you do not have my emotes, and we've got the second message, if you do, either by subscribing or using your channel points. And if you're on the YouTube side and you want to go check out who we're raiding into, we're going over to Salem over on Twitch.
Salem Audio.
Salem Audio, not Salem Incubus. Because there are so many Salems.
How many Salems you got? That fucking like Monsters Inc. scene of like, how many Salems you got in there?
Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah.
How many of them are trans mask?
Yeah, that's a good question. Anyway, I'll be back probably next Saturday, or maybe not. We'll see what the vibes are. So yeah, thank you all for hanging out. Blippi, thank you for hanging out. I'll see you all next time. Thank you very much. Bye-bye!